Hello and what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another FTB Infinity Skyblock episode. We are here on release candidate 2 for our Skyblock needs now. Slowly moving on up in the world, and let's, first of all, ignore what was in the middle. Completely. Just ignore it. But what we do have, though, is we do have the Arcane and the Skulking auto-producing perfect drones. So these guys are just going to keep on keeping on. Now, there's a few other things that we can work on and get going here today. And with the bees, but mainly, well, I'm sure you guys realize, with the cliffhanger I left you all on, that's probably the main thing that you guys are talking about. Alright, so here's our ME controllers. I set them up in the middle here. I'm not sold on this yet. I might still tweak it a little bit. But we're running power on over. And I just want to see. Bam and bam. Is that not going to work? There we go. ME controller as all the things go off in the background. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, snooze. Yeah, we'll just snooze that for a second. There we go. Why are you like that? Why are you all red? Why you do this? Game? I don't know. Anyways, I'm not really sold on this anyways, so I think we're going to change it. Oh, that's right. I had one too many, that's why. I think we're going to change it up anyways. Let's tweak this a little bit. What I'm thinking is, what if we go sunk down in the middle here? Just bear with me for a second. I know you guys are like, oh my god, he's building and doing things on stream, on video, but, you know, it's one of those things. So what I'm thinking is, if we could come up. Now, the problem we have, so this way is odd, this way is even. Okay, so this is not going to be a perfect square. We're going to go with a rectangle. So that's 1, 2. That's 1, 2. This is what? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so these guys will come out as well. So we're going to be going with a rectangular shape, I believe. Yeah, we'll go rectangular. So we'll just keep on going with this and make it a little bit better. Now, what I'm thinking is we're going to sink down. We're going to drop down in the middle here. This was my original plan, but I wanted to bring you guys in and put you up to date on this thing. Oh, man, it's April Fool's Day. Oh, boy. Prepare yourself for all the terrible, terrible jokes that everybody's going to do to you. Yeah. Lots of fun, right? The Mojang one is not bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't really fall usually for April, you know, Fool's Day jokes. Just saying. But I know a lot of people do. So be prepared. Make sure you're not doing something that you know, don't want to. All right. So I'm going to keep working on this, and we will get this guy set up. Alright, so that's a decent start to our sunken little area. Now, I'm thinking we'll just have a couple ME controllers just kind of set up accordingly. I don't mind that at all. And then a lot of the underside is what we're going to be talking about when it comes to some of the other stuff here. So first things first that we're going to need a ton of ME glass fiber fluix cables. Sorry. So I'm just going to make a whole bunch. I don't care. We got more quartz fiber. We'll just do it all day. All day. All right. And then what I want to make right off the get-go is some covered cable into a dense cable. Now, this is basically the guy that we want to run with for the most part. These guys can handle the 32 channels. But at the moment, we're probably okay not dealing with it. But I wouldn't mind a few more. But that's going to pull off 32 channels out of each side of the ME controller. Now, right now, only 2 of the sides are viewable at this current time. That could change down the road. We'll see how it all comes together. But I think that looks pretty good. It's not too bad. But what I want to do is I want to pull that across and somehow find some sort of a middle here and kind of just punch our way through. just like so. And that's probably, I just got rid of both of our torches, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, we'll just place down 2 more, just like so. All right, so that's going to basically be our middle point. That's, I think, going to be our terminal and all of that type of stuff. So let's start working towards that. I'd like to get a bit more of the dense cable. We should be able to get a decent amount of wool. We do have sheep over here. Thank you. However many are in here. Give me your wool. There we go. That's not bad. That's a decent amount of wool. Now, obviously, we're going to need a little bit more, but we also do have the cotton here, which will give us string, which will then give us wool as well. So we can go that route. That looks not bad, though. I kind of like the sunkenness. Now, what's going to be around it is the whole next thing, and I'm really looking forward to building that as well. So that will be like so. We'll probably go with 16. 16 should be a healthy, probably not enough actually. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Very good. And we can throw these guys in there and get a few more dense fiber cables. Now, we only need enough to get it kind of over to the middle here, so I'm not going to be too concerned, but this is a great start. The other way that you can go is P2P networks are really good. Peer-to-peer, or what are they called? Port-to-port, something like that. They are also quite strong. The ME one, that guy right there. But it does require some engineering processors and stuff like that. But they're really good. I highly recommend them. We'll probably use them in a little bit. Just saying. Okay. Wow. So many eggs. So many eggs. In here, we are currently combining a common queen, or princess, with an industrious. And what we're hoping to get is a Ferris bee. And that'll be one of the first types of bees towards, you know, actual production of things. So that's pretty sweet. One of the other things that we want to get going is we need to fix this chest situation badly. But before we get into all of that, we need to get our terminals so that we can actually access the AE stuff. Alright, now one of the ones that we want is definitely the crafting terminal by Applied Energistics. This is going to be our first guy, so we need to make an ME terminal first, which has some formation cores, annihilation cores, logic processors, and then we also need these guys here, which require some quartz glass. Okay, alright, we can do that. We have the technology, I'm pretty sure, to pull this off. Certus quartz. It's the other way around, isn't it? Always messing things up. Okay, good, and good. Okay, quartz glass, beautiful. We can run that down the side. Obviously, we're going to need a whole bunch more of that. Don't kid yourselves. But that'll allow us to get our panels. So iron, 2 glowstone, and 1 redstone. Good, just like that. Oh, I can't wait to get into the auto crafting, guys. Ooh. Love it. Alright, illuminated panel. Good. So that is one of the first steps. The next step is to get these formation and annihilation cores. I believe we need about 3 logic processors. So let's get those guys started in our inscriber setup. Where did I put all the things? Okay, right here. So we have 1 printed silicone. Silicon. Yeah, and a logic press. Okay, so we need some silicon. Where are we at on that front? Do we have any anywhere? Come on, we gotta have some, right? Silicon. Aha! It's in the machine. I see you. I see you. Okay, so we'll put in that, and we need to get... We'll get 5 more of them. Yeah, we'll get 5 more. So that'll automatically input them with the hopper and get all of that going. Now, one thing I wanted to check. It's been about a day or two that I've been offline. And how are we doing? 56 more iridium. Holy cow. That's pretty darn impressive. Not going to lie. Now, these guys are still running. I did have to replace the rotors at, when I logged back in. But over here, this guy is plumb empty. We have no steam in here whatsoever. It won't explode because it still has water. But what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to move and tear all this guy down and move it over to one of these spots down the road here. I'll probably do it off camera because you guys have seen more than enough with the steam boiler stuff. Alright, so that gives us those. Now we can do the logic press. We needed 6 total gold. 6, good. And we can get that guy going. And then, of course, we need 6 redstone as well. Just like that. Good. Okay. So I'm going to get these guys done. And we will be back. Alright, so there is our ME terminal. Very nice. Now the ME terminal with the calculation processor, and we just need a little crafting table. Nothing too crazy at all. Just like so. Boom. Not bad at all. Good. And that gives us our ME crafting terminal. Hype. How sweet is that? Alright. Now, we're going to place that guy, just like so, in the ground. And, of course, there's nothing in here. Because, well, it's not... Oh, God, I hit caps lock. ME indeed. Alright. So... that is the first step here. The other one that I'd love to get is the pattern terminal. This guy is basically going to allow us to make different patterns and stuff like that. Now, it's another crafting terminal and stuff, so I don't think it's really worth it at this point in time for me to build all the panels that we require. Instead, what I want to get into right away is the, what is it? This guy. ME drive. This guy right here. So it's a couple engineering processors. I should make a few by theory. We got some iron and some cable. Now, one other thing that I'd like to look at is the acceleration cards. These guys can go in the inscriber to speed it up a little bit. Is that worth it? That's kind of worth it. So, to calculation. I think that's worth it. I'm going to get those items put together and get that done up because I think that that's actually more worth it. Just saying. Alright, so we're back here to make our cards. I forgot which one they're in. There we go, the advanced cards. And we'll put those guys in here. We need 3 of those. Boom. Just like that. We got a spare advanced card, but no big deal. But now that these are in here, this is going to go so much quicker. So we can throw that like that, and we can throw in the silicon. And as you can see, it's pressing them way faster. It's not even close or comparable to what it was before. Now, what did I want again? Oh, yes, the ME drive. This guy right here. So we need a few engineering processors. You know what? I think I'm going to make 4 of these things. I think I'm going to make 4. And you're probably going, why 4? Well, I think we're better off getting a few extras than not enough. Just kind of seeing, you know, all that kind of stuff go. That's all. That's all. Alright, so we're going to throw that in there, and we'll throw the engineers in behind the silicon. So when those are done and I remove the press, it should automatically start up the next one. This is going to give us a decent amount of printed silicon, which is very good. We're going to need it. That's for sure. Alright, good. So now it's throwing in the diamonds, which obviously aren't working because it's the wrong press. But once we put in the right press, we will start getting the correct engineering circuits. Very good. And then that next step is to take those guys, put them up top, put the redstone in like so, and sadly I don't have one on the bottom yet, so I'm just manually putting in the printed silicon. Alright, now this should give us 4 of these. I believe that was correct. Boom, 4 indeed. Alright, good. Very, very good. I like it. Alright, now what else did we need? We needed 4 iron per, so let's get 8 iron. And we have the Fluix cables already. So boom, 2 ME drives. That is awesome. I love it. Alright, now these guys, you know what? I think we're going to stuff them right down here. I don't think we're going to do anything too crazy with them. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Maybe right here, actually. This seems like a good enough spot as any. So we'll throw these guys down just like so. We do have the F7 active. That's good. And we'll just simply run cables over to them. Now, the cool thing about applied energistics, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they function quite nicely. That is not what I'm looking to do. All right, good. So we're right here. Good. All right, boom and boom. All right. Now, one of the things that's really cool about applied energistics is these machines will actually power each other from the ME controller. So you can just attach it to the one side and get power in both. Now, the items that go in these ME drives are pretty straightforward, but they are called, I believe they're called disk drives, aren't they? Drives? No. What are they called? 16K. That's what they're called. Storage cells, sorry. That's what we're looking at. So storage cells from Applied Energistics come in many different shapes and varieties and all that kind of stuff. You can get a 1K, a 4K, a 16K, a 64K, and then you start getting into spatial storage, which is a completely different thing. But there's also the Thaumic Energistic stuff that allows you to, get Thaumic stuff going, all right, which we will be doing. Now, the 4K is the one that I'm going to target right now. 1K really just doesn't hold enough. It really doesn't. So I'm going to target the 4K for right now. We're going to need a calculation processor. We do have a piece of quartz glass, but we're also going to need 3... Oh, snap. I have enough logic processors. Okay. It's almost like I planned it, but I didn't at all, I swear. I swear I didn't plan it at all. All right. Good. So these guys, let's just do like so. And these will give us the 1K storage cells. All 3 of them. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now, from there, we need to get our quartz glass and 4 more redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 4. Thank you. Good. I have a feeling just between us that I think release is coming pretty soon. Just saying, I'm pretty sure it's coming decently quick here. I just have that feeling. I don't really know anything or anything like that, but again, stay posted to my channel, all that kind of stuff. I will be releasing an announcement video when it does become available to you guys. All right? So keep that in mind. It will be available. All right? Okay, we need another piece of you, and I have the printed silicon. Okay, good. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't matter which order you put them in. Just saying. Okay, good. So this is going to give us our 4K storage component. Now we just need to make the cell that goes around it. That's pretty straightforward as well. A little bit of you, a little bit of you, and then last but not least is that quartz glass, which we've already made once. So let's get the 4 of those and get this thing made up. 4 of you. Very nice. Very nice indeed. There's our first 4K storage cell. Oh, yes. I love it. You know, actually, now that I think about it, did we get any cool achievements for all of this stuff? We have blood magic. Okay, so there's the applied energistic stuff. Find charged Certus. Well, we can do that. We can do that, no problem. No problem at all. Meteor hunter? Unnecessary. All right. Reach H channels using devices on a network. Oh, that should be pretty easy. Okay. Good, and boom. There we go. Now, what we can do is we can start inputting items into this thing. So let's start with the basics. And the basics that I want to get involved with are the things for applied energistics 2. So we can start throwing these guys in here and start storing them up so that we're good and ready for later on. All right. And as you can see, they are now stored in the system, which means they are stored in this drive. And you can see there's 10 different types of items that are using up 370 bytes of stuff. All right. That's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet indeed. Now, one of the other big things that we need to do is we need to tie it into this whole setup over here. And to do that, we're going to need an item called a storage bus. So let me get the things required for a storage bus, which is an ME interface, basically. Pretty straightforward. Actually, we already have all of that stuff, don't we? Let's just take 2 of you and 4 iron. And we'll just take this right over to here to our crafting terminal, and we should be able to just shift right click right in here and get our ME interface. Not bad at all. And last but not least, what else do we need? We need a piston and a sticky piston, both of which we can make quite easily. So I'm just going to finish this up with you guys right now because why not? All right, good. We can do this, get our sticky piston, and we have a regular piston along with the ME interface, and that will give us a storage bus. Very good. Now, the storage bus is going to go on this guy right here. This guy right here. The drawer controller. Now, in case you haven't noticed, our drawer controller is kind of cluttered up right now. Quite badly, because we have an output and an input going into it. And that's not ideal. But I think what we're just going to do for now is put it right on the face of it. Because, well, I can't think of anything better than that. Now, one of the things about applied energistics and storage buses is you always want to make sure that all of your settings are correct. And the priority is one of the big ones. So I want to set this guy up with a plus 100 priority. And what that means is everything's going to try to go there first. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So everything that we do on the system, if I put something in the ME terminal, it's going to try to find its home first things first in the drawer system. Okay, so it's going to find them over there first, and then we'll go from there. So now, as you can see, we have all of our items. Awesome. We have access to all of the cobble, all of the redstone, everything that is in our system over at the storage drawers. We can even actually see the dust processing up and doing all their things. Not that we really care about those very much, but that is working beautifully. Absolutely magnificent. Now, from there, we can work on a couple different things. We can work to fill up these drawers that we have lying around. There's still a few here and there that we could definitely fill up. The other thing that we can work on is getting more storage cells done up. So I think what I want to do first is I think I want to make more of the storage cells. Because what in here can we put in the drawers that are going to be, always used? I don't know. You could store pretty much anything and everything, but for right now, a lot of this stuff is kind of more like onesie twosie type items and less, everything items, if you know what I mean. Pistons and paper. Paper could be a thing. We could put paper in there. That could be useful. We might as well take these guys out as well. We'll need those. We could do the aluminum glass, the pistons, I guess. There's definitely some things. And wood. Oh, wood is the other big one. Yeah, we could definitely look into some wood as well. But let's put some paper there. We can put the pistons up there. And do we want to do the hardened aluminum? You know what? Let's do it. We'll put that there, and we'll put the hardened glass right beside it. Pretty straightforward. And this is going to fine-tune our system a little bit more. Rubber could be a thing. Glass. Glass is a thing. We can put glass right over here because we're going to need a decent amount of glass throughout this entire process. So that's a good one to put in there as well. Iron bars is another one that we're going to probably eventually make quite a few of. So we'll just throw that guy in there as well. Yeah, so let me fine-tune a few other things. We do have sawdust in there. We do have netherwort in there. Yeah, let me go through and figure out a few other things maybe. Alright, so I've just moved the inscriber down here. Pretty much a standard thing, but I included the chest down at the bottom so that we can basically automate this a little bit further along. So as you can see, we do have enough, good, and I have the logics up here, but we can put the printed down here like so, and they'll shoot themselves up into there, and we'll automatically be making logic processors. Not exactly perfect or ideal, but it will do the job for right now. Now, that's actually going to be it for the video, though, today. We are pretty much at wrapping up point. I'm still working on the Ferris bee. Didn't get lucky. Never lucky with the first one. And nighttime, well, that causes a little bit of problems, too, sometimes with bees, doesn't it? Sadly, no rocky princesses either, so we can't get nocturnal quite easily. But we should get there pretty soon, and the next bee after that is the silicon bee, and this is one of the ones that I'm really looking forward to getting. Obviously, that because it leads to the Infinity Queen, it's one of the main components of it. Definitely want that, but it also produces silicon, just like that. 16% chance to just produce silicon. So we can start mass producing these guys quite easily, and we're starting to get up there with our scented paneling as well. We're up to, you know, about what, 2 stacks, give or take. Now each one of these requires 8, and I believe it's like a 3x3x3, so that's what, 9 times, what is it, 9, 18, 27 times 8, whatever number that is. But anyways, I'm going to let this guy go. I'm going to get a few other things prepped for the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got to move that as well. I really do appreciate it, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now.